Tonight, a call for safety after a tragic scene on the South Shore involving the drowning of a 6-year-old. One woman's call to make sure it never happens again.
And an entire city block has become a memorial for George Floyd. We're introducing you to the minds behind the mural that takes center stage.
And later, how city officials are making it easier for International Falls businesses to reopen amidst the pandemic.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. We learned more today about what led up to the tragic death of a child Wednesday in Lake Superior.
We're also hearing from locals who are calling for change at the spot that it happened. The location is not far from South Range, Wisconsin, where the Middle River meets Lake Superior.
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office responded around 1:40 yesterday afternoon. Authorities say a mother and her 2 children were wading in calm, waist-deep water when the 2 children encountered a drop-off and went missing. Nearby adults found the 9-year-old girl and brought her safely to shore. The 6-year-old's body was found just before 7 last night in about 7 feet of water. Several agencies helped with the search, and tonight CBS3's Jesse Slater is hearing from a woman who lives nearby, calling on the town board to make changes there to keep something like this from happening again.
Signs placed along this gravel road warn visitors of sharp 90-degree turns.
The population of the visitors coming to the beach has increased dramatically as the years have been ticking by.
But at the end of Middle River Road in the Lakeside Township, where a popular beach sits, not a sign to be found.
We've been talking to our town board all these years about doing something down at the beach, and it falls on deaf ears.
Jackie Bartosh, who lives in the last house on the road before the beach, says an increase in beachgoers has led to problems.
More abuse, more trash, more crime.
She says often her and her husband are kept up through late hours of the night.
Parties and loud noise, racing up and down the road.
So Bartosh has what she calls a simple ask for the Lakeside Town Board.
Requested the town to please post signage down there.
Signs that would ask visitors to restrict the beach use from things like firearms, fireworks, and a warning of dangerous waters.
River changes the beach. Sometimes there's a beach, sometimes there's not. It's always changing down there.
Bartosh feels a sign on the beach warning of current changes and a steep drop-off may help prevent future drownings.
Having a sign that says, be cautious, be aware, warning.
We did reach out to Lakeside Town Board Chair Member Scott Lustari. He did not want to comment on the signage. The next Lakeside Township meeting is set for Tuesday. Bartosh is hoping the board will take up the issue of beach signs. For more information, head on over to our website.
On the Iron Range, a large house fire in Ely sent 1 person to the hospital. According to the Northland Fire Wire, a home on Central Avenue caught fire this afternoon. We don't know how badly the person was hurt or what started the fire. We'll bring you updates when we get them. And new tonight at 10, Forest Service firefighters have been battling a wildfire in the Boundary Waters. This was a scene from the air today near Crooked Lake, about 20 miles north of Ely. The Forest Service says it started when someone's shore lunch campfire got out of control. We're told it's 4 acres in size and is mostly just smoldering, but there's concern a wind shift could cause problems and send smoke into Ely.
And we'll turn to the weather, Dave. Fortunately, calm winds out there tonight, but as we've been talking about all day, high risk of fire dangers. Yeah.
Indeed, Tony. Crooked Lake, of course, one of the more popular lakes with easy, we use that term loosely, easy access from Ely. Still takes some portaging and some paddling to get there. So best wishes to the firefighters battling that bit of a blaze. There is a bit of a fire danger out there, indeed. The entire region really has a moderate to high fire danger, but in inland northern Minnesota, including the B-dub, near critical and elevated now for the Upper Peninsula. Of course, the solution is rain. There's a slight chance for rain tonight, 30 to 40% chance. We see it just off to the west of our region right now, but it should be gone as early as tomorrow morning, and that sets us up for a Friday day planner that calls for sunshine and dry conditions again, which is not good for that fire threat, but a good soaking rain could be with us by next week, and I'll talk about when it could arrive in just a little bit.
Thanks, Dave. Family and friends of George Floyd honored him at a memorial in Minneapolis today. There, Reverend Al Sharpton gave a eulogy. He then held an 8-minute moment of silence, the same amount of time the police officer could be seen kneeling on Floyd's neck. His memory was celebrated through song and prayer as many stood in solidarity outside in the streets as the service was held inside.
All these people came to see my brother, and that's amazing to me that he touched so many people's hearts.
Following today's service, Floyd's body will be flown to North Carolina, where he was born. That will be for a public viewing and private family service Saturday. There will be a large service Tuesday in Houston, where Floyd grew up.
An entire block has become a memorial to George Floyd, but the focal point is a mural 20 feet wide and 6.5 feet high. CBS's Nora O'Donnell spoke to the creators about its message.
Steps from the very spot George Floyd took his last breath, this mural has now become a place to gather and to mourn.
No, it's a way to speak when words are not enough.
Last week, Zena Goldman, Cadix Herrera, and a small group of artists completed the portrait in less than a day. Why did you feel so strongly about creating this mural?
I was incredibly angry that I was watching another man die at the hand of law enforcement. We've seen this so many times. We needed to take action.
And particularly now, we feel like the entire country and world is screaming for justice, and this is our way of screaming as well.
Surrounding his face, a sunflower. Look closely and you'll see the names of others. Tamir Rice, Freddie Gray, Philando Castile. Why did you want to create the sunflower around George Floyd?
The sunflower represents longevity and loyalty. The names inside the flower represent the seeds that were never able to grow into fully developed flowers.
You'll find murals for George Floyd as far as Los Angeles, England, even Syria. But this one in Minneapolis has become a beacon for healing.
I wanted to create something that would help me heal personally, and not realizing that through this it would help the community heal as well.
Here's a live look at a gathering in Duluth at the Clayton Jackson McGee Memorial. Just moments ago, folks who were in attendance there were sitting in a moment of silence remembering George Floyd. The group met at the memorial, lit candles, held signs, and marched around the block. Members of the group say they've been gathering every night this week from 9 to 10. And right now, a protest is entering its 7th hour outside the government center in Superior. We have a look at the protest inspired by the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis. This was the scene there late this afternoon when around 100 people gathered in the same spot. The protesters started marching following the rally in the neighborhood around the government building. The demonstration has remained peaceful, with people chanting and holding signs. We caught up with a few of the protesters to hear why it was so important for them to take part.
I was quite surprised at how many people came out, especially non-people of color here supporting us, and seeing that they really are supporting our cause and seeing that there needs to be justice for all the black people that are dying for no apparent reason.
Superior Mayor Jim Payne, NAACP President Stefan Witherspoon, and local human rights activist Kim Young all spoke at the event.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers spoke about Floyd's death today, calling it a watershed moment for the nation. Evers says the prospect of justice for black Wisconsinites is all too rare. He's calling on the legislature to pass a bill reforming police use of force policies and holding officers accountable. Evers also wants to use federal dollars to expand Medicaid in the state, helping to address the health disparities in the black community. Wisconsin ranks near worst in the nation in a number of areas, including racial disparities in housing, employment, incarceration, and health care.
New at 10, during the St. Louis County Commission discussion about accepting refugees last week, one commissioner read an email that sparked the investigation of an Iron Range teacher. Chris Lysaker sent the email saying he was opposed to refugees settling in the community. He said refugee students can be problematic in schools because they don't always speak English, and that he would, quote, not be nice to any refugees. Commissioner Patrick Boyle brought the email to the attention of the Nashwauk-Keewatin School District, where Lysaker teaches. He says he found it concerning coming from someone who works with kids.
There's a lot of different ethnic backgrounds and different folks that come from different religions, and we got to treat them all equitable and get them the good education they deserve in the state of Minnesota.
The Nashwauk-Keewatin superintendent issued a statement saying the district is troubled by Lysaker's comments and they don't reflect the values or beliefs of the district. When asked about disciplinary actions, the superintendent would only say the matter is under investigation. To read Lysaker's full email to the county commission and the district's full statement, head over to our website.
The city of Cloquet has a new police chief who is ready to hit the ground running. After serving as interim chief for the past 9 months, Commander Derek Randall will become the 4th new chief in less than 4 years for the city. Randall is hoping to implement new plans within the department, starting with their staffing challenge. They have 19 officers on staff, but are budgeted for 24. Next, he hopes to rebrand and rebuild the force.
I want the mission statement to be something that every single one of us believe in. And every single one of us leaves this department when they go out to serve the community with that mission in mind and remembering just who is.
It is unclear when he will officially be sworn in, but it could happen at the city's next council meeting on June 16th.
Still to come on Live Local CBS3, it's proving to be difficult for restaurants to reopen amid strict guidelines. How one Northland city is making it easier on business owners.
Record high temp today is 90 from 1968, and some towns got reasonably close to that by cracking the 80 threshold. I think we have one more day of our warm spell before temperatures take a nosedive for the weekend. But they could perk up again as early as Monday, and we'll talk about that yo-yo effect coming up after our break.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, radiation oncologist Ken Dornfeld explains how technology called the CyberKnife helps Essentia Health more effectively treat certain kinds of cancer.
The main use for this machine is to deliver radiation treatments to small targets. And its advantages compared to conventional machines is that we're able to focus very crisply and accurately. That robotic arm allows us to deliver radiation from multiple dozens, really, of different angles and directions. That way we can direct small amounts of radiation through tissue in a way that's not harmful or damaging for normal tissue, but focus the radiation at its greatest intensity where the cancer is. There is less collateral damage. This tool is able to really, in some ways, bend light or deliver radiation in a way that curves around normal tissues.
The CyberKnife is especially adept at treating lung cancer, a disease that Essentia approaches with a comprehensive program.
So at Essentia, we've worked very hard to develop ways of decreasing lung cancer mortality. I look at this as a very sophisticated tool that's on the very front lines, or really the last step in our approach to minimizing lung cancer deaths. Our success rates, either with surgery or with this type of radiation treatment for early stage lung cancer, is in the range of 70 to 80%. And being able to deliver curative treatment successfully and safely with machines like the CyberKnife can make a large decrease or a large impact on success rates for lung cancer treatment.
For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medical insight.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Let's take a look at today's high temperatures, a continuation of the warm spell of the past couple of days. And in general, temperatures did run from about 77 degrees in Ely to 83 in Superior. And that's not quite the 90 that the record was set at back in 68. But around here, cracking the 80-degree mark isn't that common. And cracking 90 is even less common. Well, our temperature trends indicate tomorrow's going to be another warm day. and then the weekend's going to cool down back towards normal in the 60s. Then by Monday, we surge back into the 80s. It's going to be an up and down, yin and yang roller coaster ride of temperatures, punctuated here and there by rain chances, which include one tonight. But tonight's is only a 30 to 40% chance. Once we get into next week, there's a better chance coming around that we could get a soaker, and that's just what we need to knock down that fire danger. Right now at the airport, it's 64, partly cloudy sky, the wind is calm, relative humidity 54%. Rain chance tonight, 30 to 40% around our region. And temperatures around the region right now include 60 International Falls, 55 for the Mesabi Range, also 55 towards east central Minnesota, upper 50s from Two Harbors to Silver Bay, but now Grand Marais cooling down to 48, at least closer to the lake. Mid-50s to Solon Springs, 61 Superior, upper 50s from Ashland down the road through Odana into Ironwood and Hurley and Bessemer and Wakefield, cooling to 53 by Watersmeet. Low temps tonight, likely 40s, upper 40s to lower 50s for most towns. Doppler map right now shows clouds wafting in from a low-pressure system that's been taking its sweet time in getting through our area. It had a little rumble of thunder last night through early this morning for much of our area, even though I thought it would stop at the Mesabi Range. No, it kept on going. But the low is still working through the region, so there's still a rain chance tonight. And to the west of Duluth, there are some showers brewing. Again, 30% chance they'll survive the trip here into Minnesota, and a 40% chance they'll actually get a snootful of more moisture once they get into Wisconsin and Michigan and kick up some showers and storms there. And again, that is coming courtesy of an occluded low-pressure system that's not moving very quickly, but by tomorrow morning it should finally have transited farther to the east and the rain chance will go away. For the start of the weekend, should be on the dry side with fresh high pressure coming to call. So dry for Friday, dry for Saturday, Sunday, through perhaps next Wednesday. Our next rain chance comes around, and this rain chance could tangle with the remnants of Tropical Storm Christabel here in the next couple of days. That's why we could be setting up for a soaker perhaps by Tuesday and Wednesday. Tonight, Minnesota low temps in the 50s, 30% rain chance. In Wisconsin and Michigan, mid-50s there. Maybe Embarrass drops into the upper 40s in that chilly valley there. 40% rain chance. Tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan highs 75 to 80, sunny again. Sunny for Minnesota with high temp 60s by the lake and 69 to 77 inland. That's the end of the warm spell for a little while because we drop into the 60s for the weekend. Rain chance comes back Sunday and then really comes across on Tuesday. 75% chance for that soaking rain I was talking about. And with the persistent fire danger the way it's been, hopefully that puts it to bed for quite a while.
Thanks, Dave. Under the governor's orders, only outdoor dining is allowed at Minnesota's restaurants and bars right now. That's proven difficult for many, including business owners in International Falls, some with little space or resources. But now, city leaders there are taking a unique step to help. CBS3's Ryan Campo has the story.
International Falls bar and restaurant owners without outdoor dining space or equipment didn't know what to do next until the city council voted to give them a helping hand.
We got the okay to do the outdoor seating, so all of them were just thinking about how we're going to get these tables and chairs and tent in here, and right away the city comes through and they have a plan.
That plan provide restaurants and bars with picnic tables, tents, and chairs normally used for the city's 4th of July festivities free of charge. They also closed off some roads and alleys so they can have a place for people to dine outdoors at places like Chocolate Mousse.
It gets a little bit more of that panic out of everybody, and everybody gets back into their normal everyday life, and it's just a little bit easier.
Chocolate Mousse isn't the only business getting some outdoor dining help. On the Rocks Bar is also receiving picnic tables and chairs.
With their generosity, it's made it happen, and the people are just like ecstatic because everybody's ready to go outside again and relax and have a cocktail or two.
Co-owner Terry Woods says On the Rocks is a brand new business opening for the first time on Monday. He says the pandemic has made this adventure even harder, but he's thankful for the city's help.
Our public works director called me at 6:30 in the morning Monday and said, we will be there because our opening time was 10 a.m. and everything was all set up by about 8:30. So they were spot on, and it's working excellent.
All moves that International Falls Mayor Harley Droba says the city was happy to make.
Us helping out the business community is so important because if we don't have businesses, we don't have residents. We need everybody to get through this. We're all in it together.
Other businesses receiving the delivery of picnic tables include Sammy's Pizza, Coffee Landing, and Hardee's. The International Falls City Council also waived fees for tent permits and more.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, unemployment claims continue filing in across the nation, why experts say an end could be in sight.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Hello, Northland. It's good to see you.
During this time, staying healthy might look a little bit different.
But we're still here to care for you.
St. Luke's now offers new ways for you to see us.
Like telehealth video visits, which is how I'm talking to you right now.
If you do need to be seen in person, you can rest assured
We are keeping our clinics and hospitals clean and safe.
If you have any questions
or want to make an appointment,
give us a call.
we'll be happy to help.
Water makes life possible on Earth and in our homes. Culligan conserves this resource with its high-efficiency water softener, the world's best because it uses less water, and that matters to all of us. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS 3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS 3 Duluth. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Kristen Vaki, as a fellow Iron Ranger, brings a calmness to our team where she's unflappable.
Kristen Vaki is one of the most respected anchors in this market.
I think her passion for journalism runs really deep in her.
Kristen is the real deal, a pleasure to work with, and you can always count on her.
Get to know Kristen Vaki, weeknights on Live Local CBS 3.
I am most excited about getting to really know the viewers in the Northland and getting to show my personality too and letting the Northland kind of get to know me. I'm a very energetic person. I'm always at 100 and I'm always excited to be able to tell stories and being able to have a little bit of fun with it too. And I think that's really, really important on a morning show as well because you need that energy in the morning to wake you up.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
Powerful change occurs when people unite. We unite people to activate positive change, to make lives better. Help us fight for what's right for all. Basic needs, access to health care, a good education, and financial stability. There's strength in numbers. Join us and live united. HLUnitedWay.org.
Get your new John Deere mower from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Train Wreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station. 95 KQDS.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez on CBS 3.
Experts say job cuts from the economic downturn are continuing.
And some struggling businesses are laying off employees while other workers are back on the job. The weak economy has companies letting go of workers across a variety of industries, from airplane maker Boeing to Chevron and IBM. Last week, nearly 1.9 million Americans applied for unemployment benefits, but experts are encouraged to see a steady downward trend in claims since the shutdown caused by the coronavirus started.
That's great. We want to see those numbers taper off. However, there are still 21.5 million Americans currently receiving unemployment benefits. Those numbers have to start dropping for us to feel like we've reached the bottom of the labor market's crushing defeat by the pandemic virus.
Normal, however, could still be a long ways off. Experts say it will take years for the economy to recover from the pandemic. Tomorrow, the Department of Labor will reveal the latest unemployment rates.
Coming up in sports, the NHL announces it's moving forward in the return to play plan. Kelly Hinseth has the details coming up.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
The balances on your credit cards are worse than your yoga poses. It's going to be a stretch to make those payments.
Call Consolidated Credit. They can lower your interest rates to get you out of debt fast without destroying your credit. The program works. Call Consolidated Credit. Call
1-800-322-8269. 1-800-322-8269.
At Denny's Lawn and Garden.
As businesses reopen, it's important to support the shops, dealerships, and service providers who hire local workers and drive our economy.
I don't know anybody that works at Amazon, but I have friends and neighbors who work at local businesses.
And you can help. Spend your money here. Shop local when you shop online. Mini deliver or have curbside pickup.
And they're keeping things safe for you.
Remember this when you buy and support local. Invest in the Northland.
Dude! You gonna pick that up? Because there's no poop fairy to do that for you. See? Take these. They're not just poop bags. They're pride bags. Because you're doing the right thing for your neighbors and for the health of the whole watershed. Gotta fly. There's a Chihuahua cranking one out in Leicester right now. There is no poop fairy.
We want to say thank you.
Thank you.
To the first responders. Thank you.
To the truck drivers.
And delivery people. Thank you. Thank you. To the doctors.
The nurses. And all the hospital workers.
The grocery store workers.
The janitors.
And sanitation workers.
Show them kindness, patience, and gratitude. They are the real heroes.
Thank you for all of your bravery and hard work.
Thank you all.
I don't believe there's another meteorologist in this area who has the experience and years that Dave has.
He's an Ely guy, he's local, he's been here.
His experience, that's something that's really special to CBS3.
He's just like this bastion of knowledge. He remembers everything.
Get to know Dave Anderson weekday nights on Live Local CBS3.
The NHL announced earlier today that they are tying up those loose ends and dotting the I's when it comes to the return of the season. Now they get ready because we are on to phase 2. Phase 2 of the 4-phase return to play plan. That is, starting on Monday, June 8th, clubs will be permitted to begin reopening training facilities in their home base city, allowing players to participate in individualized training and on and off ice practice. Players will be participating on a voluntary basis and will be scheduled to small groups no more than 6 players. The statement added that the NHL and Players Association continue to negotiate on the return to the start of the season. And while the NBA and the NHL are moving swiftly to get plans set in stone for the return of their respective sports, baseball isn't quite there at all. Major League Baseball owners have rejected the players' latest offer for a 114-game regular season as the COVID-19 pandemic continues. According to the Associated Press, a person familiar with the negotiations says the owners have told the players' union that no counteroffer is on the way. The players made their latest proposal this past Sunday, upping the game total from 82-game regular season game put forth by management last week. MLB told the union it had no interest in extending the season into November when it fears a second wave of coronavirus could disrupt the postseason and jeopardize $787 million in broadcast revenue. MLB notified the union of the rejection in a letter sent by email yesterday. And the MLB Players Association just released a statement earlier this evening saying, quote, "In this time of unprecedented suffering at home and abroad, players want nothing more to get back to work and provide baseball fans with the game we all love. But we cannot do this alone. Important work remains to be done in order to safely resume the season. We stand ready to complete that work and look forward to getting back on the field end quote. Well, tonight, some positive news from the NBA. The NBA as well as the WNBA are both one step closer to returning to the court. Today, the NBA Board of Governors, by a vote of 29-1, approved a plan to finish the 2019-2020 season at a Disney resort in Orlando. For some teams, their season is now over. Cough, cough, the Minnesota Timberwolves. For 22 teams, 13 from the Western Conference and 9 in the Eastern Conference will get to gather in Orlando to play a handful of regular season games before the top 8 teams in each conference advance to the playoffs. The league is reportedly targeting July 31st to restart the season, with the NBA Finals taking place in mid to late October. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, this means that they can get back to a hunt for a championship. When the season was suspended, Milwaukee had the best overall record in the league at 53-12 and had been rolling their way toward the playoffs. They have a 6.5 game lead over the Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference. So barring a disaster in their 8 games before the playoffs, they've got the top seed all but locked up. And the WNBA is also finalizing the details to put a plan that would allow them to return to play. According to ESPN, the league is proposing a 22-game regular season starting on July 24th in Bradenton, Florida, about 115 miles southwest of Orlando, where NBA teams are expecting to play. Playoff details have not been finalized, but would end in October. The players have not yet agreed to this proposal. Some teams are still getting it and mulling it over. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Virtual Video Visits, offering face-to-face interaction with your provider from the convenience of home or work.
I lost a ton of weight, 93 pounds. I feel good. I look good. 75 days on the program. I've lost 53 pounds, 41.5 inches. You're not hungry.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Whether you're catching fish or playing fetch, Fleet Farm has what you need. This week, save big on things like Wrangler jeans. Save $5 on men's Wrangler denim jeans. Wrapless shad wraps, exclusive colors, $5.99. Select Goodyear tires. Buy 3, get the 4th free. Plus, get up to $50 back after rebates. And get 25% off trees, nursery stock, and hanging baskets in the garden center. No matter the job, we've got you covered. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Play It Again Sports carries the largest selection of both new and quality used ice hockey equipment, skates, sticks, and goalie gear you need to play the game. With lacrosse being the fastest growing sport in the Northland, trust their knowledgeable staff to outfit you with the right equipment at the right price. Play It Again Sports, Duluth and Superior.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services. Attention women with ovarian cancer. Do you use talcum powder after showering? And did you know that talcum powder may increase your risk of ovarian cancer? If you are one of these thousands of women, call us now. You may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Time is running out, so make the call. Women with ovarian cancer. If you use talcum powder, please call now.
Right now, get a great deal on the durable Kubota RTVX. When there's work to do and a reputation to uphold, it's built to haul it all and do it all. Half-ton capabilities with attachments to get the job done right. And industry-exclusive heavy-duty features. It's North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Now get the RTVX for 0 down and 0% APR for 48 months or save $400.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth.
Hi, I'm Deb. By April 2016, I had lost 85 pounds. It was a very easy program to do. Blood pressure has gone way down. I feel great.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
All right, Dave, looks like a sunny day on tap for tomorrow. How's tonight looking?
Well, tonight we do still have a 30 to 40% chance for a little bit of rain, and I don't think it's going to be what we need to solve the fire danger. Then sunshine Friday and Saturday won't do much to solve the problem either, although cooler temperatures on Saturday should help. Rain chances start to breeze in from Sunday and could last through Wednesday, and Tuesday may be the rainiest of the bunch. Could be moderate to heavy rain on that day, and hopefully that'll help solve our troubles. We were talking about yo-yos and roller coasters earlier today, and by that I mean look at 75 Friday to the 60s for the weekend, back to the 80s on Monday, and then down to the 60s by this time next week. Up, down, back and forth, there we go.
Yeah, jump on the ride, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow night.